I'll give some lot of spaces inside the body so that we can work peacefully. Great. So far we have learned about little things like different sizes, how to use an image from different sources. Let's dive into something deep right now. So how to add a paragraph, we have seen it. How to add a line break. So we have seen how to give a line break, which is we can give BR, but if we want to divide the line, what we can do is we can give HR, which will actually give a horizontal line. I'm going to use it here as well. So HR gives you a horizontal line. So let's save it and see that. So you can see a line, right? So it is actually nice to see like this. So it has been divided. The page has been divided. So you can use HR to draw a horizontal line. So let's move on. So in case if you're writing a poem, what you can use pre. So inside this you can actually write a poem, and I'm not writing a poem, I'm just giving you an example. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, and an apple is a tasty and healthy fruit for everyone to eat. So I'm doing dots here, going to the next line. Next, banana is a affordable fruit with lot of nutritious facts. Okay, this is an example of poem, how to write a poem inside an HTML. So let's see what happens. So you can see that the poem, that what I have typed inside the pre is actually like what I have typed. So you might know that in an HTML document, for each and every line you have to enter BR, right? But I haven't used BR after away in my original HTML document, and I haven't used BR after the fruit in my original HTML document, and I haven't used BR after eat, but it actually accepts whatever I typed as it is. So that's the reason we are using pre to type a poem. So you can see I didn't use BR here, I didn't use BR here, I didn't use BR here, I didn't use BR here and here as well, but it actually identified this as a poem, and it has changed the font size, it has changed the font format, and it actually changed the line break and everything, like whatever I have typed. So you can see the font, this and this are different, because since it's a poem font, it will be like this. So this is how to use a poem in HTML. You can use PRE. So you know to use the PR for the line break inside a poem. Okay, let's move on. So now let's see the styling in HTML document right now. So how to do a styling? So the pre is for a poem. and the style is right now. Okay, so there are like three ways how to add a style inside a HTML. The first one is inline style. That's what I'm gonna show it to you right now. So we are inside a body right now, so I'm gonna type a, I'm gonna write something here. Apple is an amazing fruit. Okay, so this is what we have typed. So if I save it and see it on the web page, it's just a black letters. So there's no change in size, there's no change in font, there's no change in color. It's a simple HTML fonts, words, HTML words, and normal HTML words. So how to change the color of this? So I will tell it to you right now. So go here and type style. I mean, it should be in small letters. Style equal to single quotes or double quotes. I'm going to use the double quotes, and I'm going to use color. Since it's an American who found this, every word should be in an American letters, right? Color is spelled in USA is COLOR, and in UK COLOUR. You should not use it for the element COLOUR. You can use it inside the words, but not inside an element. Since it's a command, it should be COLOR and not COLOUR. You have to know American words, letters for a software developer. That is the mandatory thing you should know, because everything has been found by American, I guess. So most of these software things, if you're typing, if you want to be a software developer, you should know the spelling of the words in English in an American way. That's a must. So if I write like COLOUR, it will not work. It will show an error, because the command which has been given to us is COLOR. Okay, that's fine. I guess you guys got it right. Okay, so after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a colon, and I'm going to mention the color. If you know the color name, you can actually type it red. Red. So what happens is it will change the color of this words into red. For that, we have to enter style, which means this is an inline style, which can be used directly into an HTML document. This is the inline style. So I'm directly using the style in a line of a body, right? So which is called as an inline style. So I'm simply writing the style inside A, and I'm mentioning the color, and which is red, and we should actually give semicolon in the end, which means the command has been completed. So I'm going to save it. Let's open it. You can see apple is an amazing fruit is in red color. What happens if I type it in British English, COLOUR? I guess it will throw an error, or it might not take it. So you can see it's not taking it, because it has been formed by an American. I should use the American English, not the British one. Okay, now it will work. Okay, now we can see that it's in red color. Right. To be a programmer, you should know the spellings of the English words in an American way, not in British way. But here, whatever you type it in an American or British or French, it doesn't care. But the command should be in an American English, right? So this is how to change the color of words. So let me like add a lot of colors so that you will have a clear idea. Let's copy it and let's paste it like 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I forgot to add BR. It will be like next to one another. I don't want it. I just want everything to be in the next line. Just copy it, paste it. Okay, now everything will be in the next line. Okay, let me like copy a bunch of codes and I will paste it instead of copying each and every line one by one. Okay, I'm going to copy these 4 lines. I'm going to paste it here. So we have 8 lines. We have around 12 and 16, 20. So we have like 20 lines right now. What I'm going to do is I want to change the color of each one. So let me like type brown. So this line will be in brown. I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to use pink. I'm going to use green. I'm going to use violet. And I'm going to use tomato. It's a color in HTML. I mean style. CSS. You can use tomato as a color name. You can also use like sea blue, and also use like green, and I think the orange it will not consider as a color because that's name for that. I don't know what's the name. I don't use like, I can also use black, which is a default one, but anyways I'm using it. And what else I can use? Dark blue. Can use sky blue, and I can use like dark pink. I don't know whether it's a actual name. You should actually use the actual name, otherwise it will not show up. I don't have an idea that there's a word like dark pink. I don't know. But if you're using the IDE, if you're using a text editor, it will actually show you the suggestion, right? But I'm using a HTML, so it will not show any suggestion. So I'm gonna remember whatever comes in my mind and I'm gonna use it. But remember that after completion of the word, it should actually give semicolon. Only then it will consider it as a command. I'm gonna use like light red, and I can use gray. I can use dark gray. I can use light gray. You should not type whatever comes to in your mind. You should type actually the right spelling. So I'm trying to remember whatever I just want to type. Use like dark brown. I don't like whether there's a word known as chocolate brown, but I'm going to use it. So okay, I don't have anything in my mind, so I'm gonna look into the document right now. Wow, something is working and many things didn't work. The first thing is the red is workable, we know that, and the second is brown. Brown is also workable, and third is yellow, fourth is pink, and fifth is green. Sixth is a dark pink, it is working, and this is tomato color, that's working as well. Another dark red, and which is a black and a dark green, and all this thing didn't work, I guess. So this is a gray, this is a light gray. I think light gray is also workable, and all the other things are red. I didn't change it. These things are dark blue and something I have given. These are not actually real names inside the HTML, so these names didn't work. Okay, So I think it's time for a break. You guys wait. I want to have a break right now. So if you're watching after the live, if something appears like a break on the screen, what you can do is you can skip it, which means I'm away. So if you're watching this video after the live, if you're watching this as a recorded video, if break appears on the screen, you skip it because I'm on a break. Okay. So I'll see you guys in a break, like after at 10 minutes, probably 5 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna come back after 10 minutes. That will be break. If you're watching live, take a break, and if you're watching after a recorded video, you skip the break. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll be back after break of 10 minutes, guys. So you can skip if you see break on your screen, because it's a live teaching video and it's not pre-recorded. And if you're watching this video like after the live session, it might be there on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. If you see break on the screen, you can feel free to skip the part. So skip until the break is shown on the screen. Okay, so what we were learning how to change the color of the word. So there are like different colors available in the HTML. So we are going to the document and we are going to open this, and we can see that these are all the colors that has been changed, and these are not changed because I didn't give the exact name of the HTML document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it once again. So I'm going to type the list of colors that are actually available inside the color pattern of HTML. So red is available, brown is available, yellow is available, pink, green, violet, tomato is fine. Another red. Okay, we're gonna change it into silver. Silver is pretty much available. Sea blue is not actually a color, and I can use maroon instead of sea blue, and green is fine, black is fine. Dark blue is not a actual color name inside the CSS or HTML. So instead of that, I'm going to use purple, and instead of sky blue, I'm going to use fuchsia, which is a thicker pink. And instead of dark pink, I'm gonna use lime, which is a greenish highlighter color. And instead of light red, I'm gonna use olive, which is again a greenish red or greenish yellow color. And instead of gray is available, instead of dark gray, I'm gonna use navy. Navy is the dark blue, and you can use actually a greenish sky blue, which is teal, TEAL. And instead of chocolate brown, you can actually use aqua, which is sky blue. And instead of red, you can actually use Alice blue. Okay, so we have seen a lot of blues right there. I want to save them all. I'm gonna search for the same. Okay, there are like different colors right now. So this is red, this is brown. Okay, let me like go to the page so that I will have an idea. So what we have done is we have used red, and there it is here. This is red, and this is brown, this is yellow, this is pink, this is green, and this is violet, and this is tomato, which is a color, and this is silver, which is a silver color, and this is maroon, this is green again, this is black, and this is purple, and the darkish pink is called as fuchsia, and highlighter green is called as lime. This is olive, darkish yellow green, which is called as olive, and this is gray, and the dark blue is called as navy, and this is light gray, which is actually black. It didn't accept the light gray. If we change into gray, it will work. We can reload the page. You can see that it's changed into gray, and this is Alice blue. Oh, this is aqua actually. This is okay. This is teal. This is gray. This is teal. This is aqua, which is sky blue, and the very light blue is called as Alice blue. You couldn't probably see it properly, and the rest is red. I didn't change the color. So these are the different colors. There are like billions of colors, but I don't know the name. But this is a notepad. I have to remember everything. I don't remember a lot of color names. If you're using it on a text editor like Visual Studio Code, it will actually show you the options to choose the colors from. So you can choose it. You don't need to remember everything. So these are different color patterns available. There are like billions of color patterns available, but we should know the name, right? And we don't actually remember the name. We can use the Visual Studio Code or any other editor, code editor. It will actually show the suggestion. You can pick it from there. So since we are using the notepad, I'm remembering everything and I'm showing to you guys. Okay, so this is how to change the color of a word, lines or letter inside a. You can do it for the paragraph, you can do it for the whole body, you can do it for anything. So if I want to change the color of the whole body, I'll go to the body inside here, and I will type style and equals double or single quotation, doesn't matter, and I'm gonna type color colon. I'm gonna give like red semicolon, which should be given, and if I save it, the entire thing inside the body will be changed into red. So let's see it. Let's go to the page. You can see everything is in different color right inside the body. Now look at everything is in red. Since inside the body I have changed everything to red, now everything will be in red except these colors what I have mentioned. Everything which is in black is in red right now. Great, everything is in red. So to change something in entire body, you can use the command directly inside the body. So I'm gonna save it without that. Now it will be back to the previous form. Okay, everything is in black right now. This is how to change the color. I'm going to give a line break after the head, and HR, the horizontal line after this. So now we have seen how to change the color. Let us move to the next topic. So now let us see that what are the types of different formatting of elements available inside the HTML. Different types of formatting elements in HTML. So like various. Okay. The first is bold. Okay. So if we are inside a body, right? I'm writing A. I'm telling apple is a fruit. Okay. So this is a normal letter. If you want apple to be in bolder, I'm gonna use the formatting element bold. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type B, which is a short form for bold. And you cannot type bold, it will not work. You should only use B, so which will make the apple bold because it is inside the B, right, which is for B. So we can save it and we can see it is for bold. And I can also like type here bold, and then for strong I can use the same. Strong is actually similar to bold. It is like slightly smaller, I mean like slightly less thicker than the bold, but everything is same. So for strong we should type strong. There is no shortcut. So both the letters will be similarly seen, but strong is less thicker than bold, which is very light, you cannot see it. And after strong we can use I. You might have guessed it, it is for italic. So the only thing is instead of B, I'm gonna type I, which stands for italic, so the apple will be in italic. And another thing is we can actually use emphasized text. So the short form is EM. And another thing is marked text. Marked text. So we have type mark. The next is smaller text, and shortest of the same is small. Braid. Other thing is delete the text. And we have to type del, del. Del is the command we have to use there. And for inserted text we have to use ins. And for the later, if you're using like subscript text, you have to use sub, S-U-B. And for the superscript text, you have to use SUP, like sup for superscript, like soup, like SOUP is soup, right? This is sup, this is for superscript. So let's save it and let's go to the page and we can see it. Okay, so let's go to the bottom. Oh my god, everything is like side by side. Okay, for your better understanding, let me go back to the actual HTML page and let me add BR for the line break. Okay, we have to add BR. Great. Okay, so you can see everything is like line by line, right? I have maximized the page size, so you can see in bold apple is fruit, which means apple is in bold. So if you use a strong, you can say that apple is actually in a bold again. Why to use two different? But there's a slight difference in apple in a bold format and apple in a strong format. Strong is little bit less thicker than the bold, but you couldn't see it in the HTML document right now, but it has its use. But mostly people will remember bold, right? Nobody will write strong. But in some scenarios you can't use the bold. In that case you can use strong. And in italic you can see apple is in italic, which is a slightly bending. And in emphasized text you can see apple is an emphasized text. You can say that even emphasize is like a italic version, but italic is more like bending. Emphasize is, it's a little bit bending, not like italic, but you couldn't see it in text, I mean in HTML format. But italic or emphasized you can use either for a bending of a text, and marked text is actually a highlighter, so it's in a background of yellow, which is known as the marked text. If you ask, instead of yellow we can use or green or red, no. So yellow is the default color of a marked formatting element. If you want to use yellow as a background, then you can use marked emphasized element command, or else you can choose the background color and you can change the color of apple of any other color other than marked text if you want. But if you use marked formatting element, then it will be in a background color of yellow. If you want to be a smaller text, you can use small and it will be like small apple. And if it's a deleted text, there will be a cross in between the letters, which is like this. And if you write an inserted tag, then there will be an underline like this. Subscript is actually like below the present text. If you're using a mathematical calculation, you can actually use subscript function. So I have used the word, so you couldn't see it actually. If like if you're using some chemical name, if you're using some like formula of a chemical name, then a to the under subscript 0, like that it will come, right? So you can use the subscript for that purpose. And to the power of, in mathematics you can use superscript, which will be the above the present line. So you can see apple is above the present line, so to the a to the powers 2 a square, like that you can use a superscript. So I'm gonna minimize it. I'm going to show it side by side so that you can have an idea of that. So we have used a B like here. I want to minimize this as well. It's like really very much minimized. Okay, I want to use it like side by side. If you see on the B, this is for the bold apple. And if you use strong, it's for the strong apple. If you use I, it's for the italic apple. If you use EM, it's for the emphasized apple. If you used marked text, then it is for the yellow highlighted background apple. If you use like a small, is for the smaller apple. If you use del, is for the deleted apple, which is a cross in between. If you use ins, which is for a underline, which is inserted text, which means if you use like sub, it's for a underlined, I mean like under text, it will be like below the present text. If you use soup or sub, whatever it is called, I don't know, like sup, and it will be for the power of, it will be like upper side. So this is how you use the different formatting elements in HTML. So let's move to the next topic right now. Great. Let me like give some space for the body so that you can write. So now let us see about quotations and citation elements in HTML. Okay, great. So what are the quotations and citations elements that you can use in an HTML document? Let's see. So the first thing is for quotation, I'm going to use the block quote. Okay. Block quote is, so this is the block quote. So this is the block quote. Since I don't want it to be a HTML element, I'm giving it as inside the command. So this is the block quote that I have highlighted. So where to use block quote? Okay, let me give you an example on that. So I'm using a paragraph right now, and apple array keeps the doctor away, and apple is an wonderful fruit, and apple is the most favorite fruits of many. Okay, this is a paragraph right now, so it will be in the same line since I didn't use the BR. Okay, so we have to use the block quote right here. Okay, so it starts like this inside the bracket and it ends with the backslash. So inside that you can write anything inside the block quote. For example, I'm gonna use this, or let me use another one. Let me use a Wikipedia. Okay, so I'm going to use Apple Wiki. So it will open the Wikipedia for Apple company actually. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to copy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place inside the block quote. So you can see these paragraphs are copied, and I'm placing it inside the block quote. And from where I have taken it, from the Wikipedia. So to mention that, I'm going to use the site for the understanding that where I have taken it from. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. So let me save this. I'm saving this file. Let me open this. Okay, now it has been opened. Okay, I'm going to minimize it. Okay, so these are the text inside the block quote. Okay, so this text actually are not in same line. So how I copied, how I pasted, it is as it is. What I'm trying to say is I didn't use a line break anywhere, but after this revenue and 6, as of March is in the next line and manufacturer is in the next line, the Microsoft is in the next line. So everything is in the order of how I have typed it. I didn't use a line break. For that purpose, you can actually use block quote. If you use pre, it will use typewriter text format that is used for poem, and if you use block quote, it will be same as how you typed. So you don't want to change the BR to insert a next line. So if you want something to be typed and it should appear on the web page as it is, you can use block quote. And for your reference, you can use inside the block quote, you can actually mention site from where you have taken it for your understanding. So I have used site here, which makes me to recognize, okay, I have taken it from this site. This is what a block quote is. Okay, so I didn't use BR anywhere. I have given the space. There's a space in the website. I didn't give BR, but the Apple become the first publicly traded whatever it is in the next line without giving BR. That's the purpose of using it. And one more thing I just want to say, so if you are using the block quote, it will be having an extra margin. You can see this is a paragraph and there's a margin here, right? And there's a margin here at the end as well. There will be like a little cap around it. So there's a 3-line space here as well, and there will be a 3-line space below as well. So that's the use of block quote. And what I did tell you wrong is it actually didn't give the line space, so it is like next to each other. So what happens if you use a block quote? It will actually use like 2 inches of line space in top, bottom, left and right. That's the use of block quote. So you have to use actually BR for the line break. Okay, that's a mistake I have made there. So now you got it right. So if you are using the block quote, it will be in a shorter form. If you are using any quotes from anyone, computer was founded by Charles Babbage inside block quote, you can actually use a block quote. And for your understanding, you can use a site from where you have taken it. So this is the use of block quote right there. But if I use the BR here, then next thing will be in the next line. And I have to use BR here as well. And have to use BR him as well. So I've saved it. Let me open the same. Now you can see there's a line break here, like here, like here. Okay, so but it has like 2 inch of space in back, forth, top, bottom. That's the use of block quote. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing in quotation and citation elements in HTML. So now we have used P, which means paragraph. So what's the use of Q? So people are using Q. So the use of Q is for short quotations. not a big one, which is a little one. You can use short quotation. Okay, let me use P as well, which means a paragraph. So inside a paragraph, I'm gonna use this Q. I'm gonna type like the apple goal. So what's the goal of apple? I mean the fruit. So I'm going to type here to give nutritions, or I mean nutrition required for the children. It's an example of Q, short quote. So the apple's goal is a paragraph, and the short quote is Q. Let me like save it and let me show it to you. So you can see that to give nutrition required for the children is actually in the double quotes, inside the double quotes, but I didn't actually give the double quotes. It was inside Q. So if you write something inside the Q, the double quotes will automatically enter. So if you want to write a short quote, you can use Q inside the P or inside A, that doesn't matter. So for small quotations, you can actually use Q. That's a work of Q. So now you might know what the use of Q. Oh, actually this is inside the block quote. It shouldn't be like inside the block quote. Okay, I think now everything is fine. So you can see that I have given the line break right there. I'm going to maximize it so that you can read it clearly. So the apple's goal is inside the paragraph. To give nutrition required for the children is a quote. That's why we have used Q. So now you come to know the reason why we are using Q. Okay, so now what's next? So let's talk about the abbreviations right now. Okay, so what are the abbreviations that we can use? We can use the ABBR for the abbreviation. Okay, I'm gonna say like this. So I'm gonna type a paragraph right now. So inside that, I'm gonna type like WHO, which is who actually stands for World Health Organization, right? Okay, now what we can do is I'm gonna type the, and I'm gonna type abbreviation, which is ABBR, and I'm gonna give the title which is World Health Organization, and again back to my who. I'm gonna write ABBR again. I'm gonna close the ABBR, and I'm gonna continue typing. Who is for the world's health. Okay, let's save it, and I'm going to the website, I mean the web page or HTML page. So you can see the WHO is for World Health, and if I place my cursor on WHO, it actually shows me the abbreviation, which is World Health Organization. It's in a small font, like a pop-up text. So that's the reason we can use abbreviation, ABB or AVIATION as abbreviations for abbreviating the short form of the words that you're using. So this is how to use the abbreviation. Let me go back to the HTML document. So this is a P, which means paragraph, and this is the WHO is for the world's health, and we have to abbreviate WHO. For that, what we can do is we should enter WHO inside ABBR like this, and afterwards you should write title equal to World Health Organization. Only then it will work. So this is how you can add an abbreviation in HTML. Let's move on. So how to write an address? How to write an address in HTML? Let's see it right now. Great. Okay. Okay, I have written address, and what I can do is I can write something down here. I can type like Van Johnson. I have to give BR for the line break. Hollywood City. Another full stop and BR for the line break. Then I mean, like, that's Hollywood City actually. I don't know, like in San Francisco, California. And USA if you're posting from outside. Great. So we have to actually give line breaks for the line break, but it's an address format, right? So we have to mention inside the address. Let's save it and see it. Okay, you can see the address is in a light italic style, and you can see Dwayne Johnson, Hollywood City, San Francisco, California, USA. So this is how to write an address. Okay, let's move on. So now let's see how to use the site. So we have already used it, but let's see it in a special case. So site is used actually for naming a book or author or someone like that. So I'm going to type like Harry Potter. Harry Potter is my favorite book. Okay, let's save it. Go to the page. Okay, you can see it's in a italic form, which means it's a site. So you can use it to highlight name of someone, or you can use italic. That's your wish. You can directly use italic, or you can use site. It's your wish, but it is used to highlight something. So there are like plenty of different format that you can do certain things in HTML. You can actually use italic instead of using a cite, but if you follow the format, then it will be helpful. So this is the reason why we are using cite. The reason we are using cite is to highlight. Okay, move on to the next one is BDO, which is bidirectional override. Okay, let's see what it is. BDO, and let's close it with the same. So what comes inside this is direction of something, which is, if you're using like English, you will be writing from left to right. If you're writing in Arabic, then it will be from right to left. So if I write something in English, it will be like left to right, but it will be converted from right to left. Let us see. Apple is my favorite fruit. Okay, so I've written like this. I'm going to use the BDO right now. So I'm going to write dir to specify the direction. I'm going to use double quotes. You can use anything. So I'm going to use like RTL, which means right to left. I'm going to save it, and you can see the letters are from right to left, which is apple is my favorite fruit. It's completely from right to left. It has turned everything. I have written like apple is my favorite fruit, but it has taken the fruit to the first, and it has actually taken the letters from right to left, DIU or F, which means F or U I T. So this is the reason to use BDO. If you're writing in Arabic, you can use it, and you should mention the direction. If you use like LTR, which is right to left, left to right, and it will be written in left to right. Okay, let me like copy this and use it. Let this be like RTL, and I'm going to use another one. And I'm going to save it. Oh, it is same. Oh, I have copied the wrong one. Wait, I'm gonna copy it again. Even if I copy it, when I paste it here, it is coming like this. Apple is my favorite fruit. That's not good. Look, I'm copying like fruit favorite. My is apple, and I'm copying it. But when I paste it here, it actually turns into apple is my favorite fruit. It's copying it in a right format, which is not good. So I think we have to type it out. It's not allowing to copy. So what I'm going to do is fruit favorite my is apple. So it is in the right to left direction, right? So let's see what happens now. Now it's actually taking it in a right to left direction. I don't know what's wrong. I think we cannot trick it. Let me like use BR. Let me like save it again. Okay. It is showing apple is my favorite fruit. It's actually from right to left right now. Okay, it's actually right to left. So we can use it either way. Let me like try L2 R. I don't know whether this is a available one or not, but I'm going to try it. Oh, now it is in the right format. Fruit favorite my is apple. That's good. So we can use either way, like R to L or LTR, or TL, which means right to left, or LTR. Either is fine, but actually LTR is actually not a good format. It's not actually a HTML thing that I just want to try it. There is no such thing, so don't try it, because the only thing is RTL, the direction which is RTL, because whatever you are writing here, it will take it as left to right, right? Because it's a natural thing. We actually write in left to right. But only if you are writing in Arabic, then you should convert this to right to left. So only for that purpose we are using BDO. So there is no such thing as L to R. Don't try it. There is only one thing, which is RTL. I just want to try it to show you guys, which is not possible. So there's only one BDO, which is direction RTL. Okay, let's move on.